Hey everybody, welcome to the VAU Mic Check. Tonight we have an animation script. Not just any animation, Japanese anime, which does entail a certain level of performance. And in this case, this is dramatic or melodrama, how you want to slice it, how you want to interpret it. And so I'm going to jump back into what I was saying before I started recording this session, and that is we're actors. And acting on mic takes a certain level of performance skill that you don't get on camera. There's a lot more imagination to it. There's a lot more of getting outside yourself and outside of where the framework of where you're at. I mean, come on, most of us in this room, specifically on Zoom, do this from our homes, from our closets, or our little 5x5 booths or 4x4 booths, depending on what our situation is. And even sometimes our cars. We have to take ourselves outside of that space. So let's keep that in mind while we're performing this wonderful piece of copy. And you know what I did not do? I didn't pull it up for myself. Has everyone else got their copy?
Copy.
5x5.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yep, I have it.
Did you get your copy, Michael?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. I was about to
Sorry about how late I am.
Late, but no, right on time.
Yeah. Isn't that the case? Late, but on time.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm over here multitasking as usual.
I have a quick question. If I invited some people on Facebook, I just shared the post that you made, would they be able to join in? It could be they're not here just because they couldn't go.
Oh yeah.
But all they would have to do is like look at the post and then click on the Zoom, right? Or is there something else they would need to do?
Oh no, they have to just click on the link and they'd come right in.
Okay.
Should be able to, as long as they have Zoom.
Yeah, it might prompt them to download Zoom or something like that. But
okay.
Yeah.
It could be a schedule thing, and it was earlier this afternoon. I thought, I meant to share that earlier. So hopefully I can give everybody a heads up earlier, because I remember what you said last week about inviting more people.
Awesome.
You remember saying something, right? Just kidding.
Yes. Oh.
just a couple words on
it. Well, we are underway, but you should see what I have to cram into my head all day long. A lot of information all the time, but I do well. Half hippie, half engineer. The engineer half keeps the hippie half in line. While the hippie half's like, hey, dude, just relax. It's okay. We got this, all right?
You also have an impressive collection of wigs and things.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my wife keeps me outfitted in props because I do a lot of things to keep my acting juices flowing, and I do one little thing called Inside Nathan's Head, and I just like to create characters on the fly, and yeah, it's fun to play with snap filters, but gee, when you can get your own costumes, it's even more fun. Okay, now back to voiceover. Who wants to take this wonderful piece of copy first?
Okay, I'll do it. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one Who knows how these creatures think? Who knows their weakness? Why do you laugh as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see that they're coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No.
I think you stunned him.
Yikes. Well, and I thought I had turned my gain down a little, but yikes.
Yeah, it's
Way
kind
too
of
much peaking. I mean, obviously I would have needed to turn that down more.
Well, in a sense, kind of, it's a way of a matter of kind of adjusting where you're at in front of your microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you get to no, you pull back.
Yeah, I was actually stepping back
Okay.
I was actually stepping away, but even so.
You might even want to turn away.
Yeah. Or like, no, like you're sinking. Because
Yeah.
when I've seen just camera footage of voice actors doing this, like video games or whatever, they're very, very physical and they're like all over.
Yeah. My favorite voice actor to watch doing something like this is Mark Hamill when he's doing the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Because that just all that energy and just everything just and just all in. And there's not a shred of Mark Hamill left when you're watching him. But
now, is it common to not have like more of a backstory with your character?
it is common to have more of a backstory, and sometimes like I'm going to use Pat Fraley as an example because when he did Krang, it's a perfect example of this backstory thing because he had to come up with a Krang character in 30 seconds or less. So he had to create the layers, all the way the character carried himself, the way he warbled a little bit when he would speak, like that, and the whole routine. He talks about this, and he had to do this in under 30 seconds. But he created this character and literally for himself tacked on a backstory for this character to make it believable and to make it come alive. Because like when you started out, I could feel you didn't really have a backstory as of yet. Felt a little bit less like you were wanting to perform and a little more like you were just kind of flat reading the copy.
Like I didn't yet believe it.
Yeah, and I get that because it's a cold read, coming in. But yeah, there's this thing that's like, okay, when you're looking at this, and of course you can see all the emotive stuff just popping off the page thanks to the caps lock key. But the big thing is reading the little tiny bit of spec on here is just emotional and urgent feel. And it's like, okay, when this person says, you don't understand, why do you not believe me? It's like, okay, this person knows something. They have a secret, and they're trying to tell the world, and the world thinks they're completely nuts. And you carry it from there. So as you're reading through, you just start kind of picturing how this person's behaving, how they're acting. When you get that no, I mean, literally in my head, I'm watching somebody with their arms locked between two people and their feet dragging the ground as they're being hauled away. You start picturing that. You start picturing that scenery around you. And I don't know how much anime you've ever watched, but most anime, when they start telling stories, you start seeing scenery. Stuff starts popping up. The cherry blossoms falling, or bombs going off, or in the case of the giant robot animes, contrails everywhere. So stuff like that, and in this case, I mean, I would be picturing the letterboxed set of eyes, that evil that's coming. So anyway, with that, ready to take another try?
Sure. Okay. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No.
So one thing that I noticed that you fixed this time that was in your first read was you had a little bit of a vibrato on your no at the very end. And in that first read, it kind of killed the authenticity. It didn't really feel natural.
Okay, so my no was you're talking about at the end, right?
Yeah. That last one in your first read had that vibrato that you. Did anybody else catch that? It was sort of like a little bit of vibrato on it at the very end.
Yeah.
Like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, and that. Oh, I turned it up. My bad. There we go. Yeah, and that that really killed the authenticity of that no. But you cleaned it up this time. It was more of a smooth. It was a smoother delivery, and that felt more natural. So that was good. Something else that you can do, though, is you can change the script for gender appropriateness. So if you wanted to say madwoman, in your context, that would make perfect sense.
Sure. Okay. Lots of good notes. Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Any input? Anything?
It sounded like she found her backstory. She found the life for that character.
Sounded a lot more emotional, too, than the first one.
Wow, this is an intimidating script.
Yeah.
It really is. It's very challenging. And I think, too, sometimes it can be intimidating when you're in a group. If you're a little bashful by nature. The rule of thumb I've always been told is that, especially when you're doing something like this, go ahead and go over the top. And then if you do, they can rein you back in. But if you're too timid, then the director might think, oh, I don't think I can get this person to do what I want them to do.
That's a very good rule of thumb, is to take it over the top, and then if you need to, you can dial it back. Because, most directors, they go, okay, just a little less emotion on, wait a second, or a little more there, or, that you can be adjusted, and any good director will help you to adjust for that. That way it comes out exactly how it needs to sound. And of course, then there's the pickups on all the other lines where it's like, okay, can you do that no like you're falling off a cliff? Do that no like you just slammed into a wall, that sort of thing. Yeah, there's good. This script has that thing going on because, one, your character's fearful of what's coming, and it's apparent to your character that no one around you is feeling that same fear, but doggone it, they should be. but I think you pulled that off in this last read.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I'm quiet and I'm taking notes. So I'm listening and taking notes.
Now, one thing that gets brought up a lot when it comes to things like this is doing improv,
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of helps you to get a feel for that sort of thing, and helps you to wrap your head around performing in a space where you don't see what's going on. Now, with anime, there's a big difference with anime and normal animation. Is a lot of times, if you're doing anime, you're doing something somebody else has already done. So you're carrying off a character that you're looking at while they're in motion. You're watching their lip flaps. You're performing alongside of the character on a screen. That's a big difference in there. So in a sense, you have your animatic, your storyboard already going on in front of you. But
Right. And that would make a difference in your performance too, because then
Yeah.
I would see, is this an old woman? Is this a girl? Is this even, human?
Yeah. Yeah. You get a little more. I mean, I'm sure like when you get your sides, it'd be, just a little bit. I did an audition for an anime. This was a couple years ago now. And thankfully I did have storyboards to go along with it. But at the same time, it's like you only get so much information, as to what you're going to be doing with this character. I mean, but let's say this is, instead of an anime, something Disney's doing or something Nickelodeon's doing. So it's brand new. You get your size and you don't have your storyboard yet. Yeah.
You don't understand. Why do you not believe me? The little fluffy bunnies go.
Although Disney has distributed a lot of anime,
Sure.
the Miyazaki stuff, yes. So, but
The
Anyway.
Disney of Japan.
yes. So with that, you want to do a safety take before we move along?
A safety take. So
Yeah, just do one.
no
more
one's
take.
ever given me that term, safety take. So that's let's do it one
Safety
more
take
time.
just means, let's do it one more time. Try to match what you did, try to match what you did previously. And if there are any issues, we have 2 takes to cover them.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all around you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think. Who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me as if I were a madwoman? Wait a second. Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No!
Good job.
Thank you.
This is our safety take.
Fantastic.
Yay! Thank you.
That was a nice job trailing off with that last no this time around.
I got really, really low.
You gave yourself a fade down. It was
Yes. You can do it on the board, or you could do it with your knees, one or the other.
But I mean, you did it just by a little bit of mic technique and then adjusting yourself as you went. So I caught that you were because if we're in a regular session and not working from home, we have no interface in front of us, just
Sure.
the microphone.
Sure.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to leave it all up to you, engineer, and I'm just going to be the actor today.
Right. Right.
Being the engineer, being your own engineer is sometimes makes this a little bit more challenging. You know, I mean, I know how I'm extremely analytical and technical, especially when it comes to electronics, because I've been doing the electronics thing since I was a child. And so it's like I have to push that aside. It's like, okay, your levels are set. Leave it alone and just perform. You know?
Yeah, when I was still going through my training, one of the instructors that we had, her name was Allison Moffat, and she's a great local Orange County talent, well, local to me. And I remember her saying once that there are times where you just really have to, have to get away from, what you're doing. You have to leave the director and the sound editor you outside of the booth, and bring the actor you just inside of the booth, just that, because because she was saying how she really screwed up some of her reads because she could hear where she was going to have to do edits and changes and stuff like that. Like, she was in the booth trying to read the script as the sound editor, and that's not going to help anybody.
Oh no. That's where, and as John,
Yeah,
can
I can't
attest,
stand hearing myself when I'm recording.
it's headphones off. It's just like, nope, I'm going to just perform and then listen back and, oh wow, that's fantastic. So,
Yeah, I've done some takes where I was like, oh darn, and then I like restart, and I'm like, wow, if I just continued that take, that would have been great.
Yeah, sometimes you have to just separate it. You can't. Yeah, you can't bog yourself down with where the edits are going to be.
And who wants to take this next?
I'll go.
Yay.
Okay, now I'm suddenly nervous. I was fine reading it to myself.
Let the nerves be your energy. Okay. Those nerves are your battery, your energizer.
Battery. All right.
Use those nerves to your advantage, especially with this character.
Okay. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think. Who knows their weaknesses. Why do you laugh as if I were a mad woman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see that? They're coming. Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it'll be too late. No.
Somebody really likes anime.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
No, actually, it was good. I mean, there was a lot of passion put into that. I get,
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I mean,
Did anybody have any other ideas? Any other thoughts?
Were you trying for kind of a British accent or a Lord of the Rings kind of thing?
I was probably influenced because I've been trying to learn RP. So I'm drifting that way.
Ah,
I'm taking a languages and dialects course.
very cool.
So yeah, my old lady sort of touched the British Isles briefly.
Yeah, it's like it started off that way. It was like it was very slight.
Mhm.
And I can't identify a time where it dropped.
Mhm. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing with doing dialects and accents when you're carrying off an emotion,
Uh-huh.
is being able to hold
Hold
on
it.
to that dialect and keep the emotion at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's it's going to take some development, which being what you're into, doing the dialects and accents, that's
Yeah.
going to help you in a huge
Yes,
way.
yes. I believed that it would. So
Because it's definitely going to add to your performance.
Mhm.
You know, the great thing is, and this is fantastic. Even though you dropped it along the way, okay, you kept the emotional range, and you didn't stumble over dropping your accent. You just kept on rolling with it.
Mhm.
You know, and the big thing is, and it's like this: when you make a choice, you have to commit to that choice until the next take.
sounds good.
But on the performance side, great. You
I
know,
thought it was very good. Yes, I enjoyed it.
yeah,
Thank you.
and keep up the good work nailing down the accent.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Why not? I'll take a shot at this. All right, time to turn down the gain a bit. Testing 1, 2. Am I too quiet?
You sound good.
All right. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me? When the signs of evil are all about you, look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows these creatures, how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me. Don't you see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No.
Miss Moffat would be proud.
A Funimation called?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Who knows? Maybe somebody from Funimation will see this.
Oh, that would be fun.
Because that was really good. I mean, I was picturing the scene, and you know, picturing the specific character type that Michael's doing. And fantastic job coming out of your stumble right there on the who knows how these creatures.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that was going to sort of just fit right in.
Well, it did. It kind of it added to it because you're so emotional and you're struggling to try and explain to these people something. So I mean that worked really well with that.
All right, cool.
See, that's the great thing about performing on copy like this, I meant to mention it a minute ago with Golda's. She did something that I didn't hear anyone else do yet. Was on the by then it will be too late. She abbreviated it will, and she's like, it'll be too late. Which really, in a panic moment, who's going to talk like Lieutenant Commander Data? And by then it will be too late. No, we abbreviate, especially when we're freaking out. So I just kind of wondered if anyone else had caught that.
Well, I did hear that, but now that I think about it, there is a different way that you could deliver that line.
Yes.
By putting the emphasis specifically on will.
Yeah.
And by then it will be too late.
Good catch, Michael.
It's late now, but by then it will be too late.
You
like
saw
maybe
it
that's
too.
why that's there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the other delivery was wrong. I'm just saying that that's
Mm-mm.
also an alternate way of looking at it. Is if there isn't a contraction, maybe the word that was going to be contracted could actually be more key to the script
Yeah.
than it seems. I'm gonna have to try to. That.
Yeah. That was a fantastic catch.
All right.
You saw
Do I
it
try
too,
again?
so go again.
All right. Look, you don't understand. Why do you not believe me when all the signs of evil are all around you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they're coming? Just answer me. Don't you see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No!
Take a bow. You did fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yay!
And now I can set this microphone back to regular gain.
Yay.
I'm sorry. I really hope I didn't peak too much. I hope I adjusted the gain properly enough.
No, you were just fine. I could hear your mic technique kicking in, and where you were pulling in and pulling out and moving around, you were just right.
Well, the rest of us can just pack up and go home now.
Oh, we've seen how it's done.
Ah,
I totally disagree. Everybody needs to give it a try.
I
Oh,
know.
yes.
There are many different-
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yes,
I
because
was-
that's the thing. We all have our own heart and soul to put into this. And by the way, heart and soul is part of my tagline.
Yeah.
Belongs to Nathan Cunniff, trademark. Okay. So,
It's, now after going through this a couple times and looking at it, you could also do a like a ramp up sort of idea. So it says emotional and urgent feel. I'm thinking maybe at the beginning, it's more of the emotional rather than the loud and urgent feel. Like it's actually like giving you the gradient to go through. So first it's sort of emotional, and then it goes to the urgent.
And when I first read it, when I'm looking at it, I got almost in my mind the impression of a guy who's sort of almost gone mad already, like not mad as in upset mad, but mad as in hoo-hoo. That's the emotion that I got out of it when I first read it, just cold to myself, was someone who's, like I said, just, sort of transforming into a madman.
So that's what I heard in Goldis read. She's like this ancient prophetess.
Yeah.
That like, even though she's woo and has lived in the forest way too long, she actually knows something. And then with Michael's read, I hear like the totally normal hero guy, and he's perfectly sane, and he's trying to do the right thing and warn everybody, and they're not paying attention, and he's actually the only sane one.
Well, I guess at that point it would sort of depend on which way the director wanted to go with it.
Mhm.
And they would say, well, no, I want more crazy sounding, or I want more, mad.
Well, and I don't know if anybody here is familiar with Gravy for the Brain and Hugh Edwards. So he talks a lot about when he gives somebody a script, or like when he posts a script on a site and he's taking auditions, he says he purposely does not give a lot of information in the spec because he wants to see what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to get a feel for your range. So a way to approach it would be to one style would be your mad prophet who's been in the wilderness too long, read. And then the other one would be like the young handsome hero who is trying to save everybody, and then I don't know, another character. Maybe there's like a child.
Yeah.
A child who's not taken seriously, but the child saw something or heard something, and nobody's listening.
Yeah. There's something in the way that this dialogue comes across that doesn't sound like it would come from a child. It just
Because the child would be used to not being listened to, I think, is maybe what.
Yeah, in a sense, but the way the verbiage comes out,
Mm-hmm.
that child would have to have a lot of wisdom, because there's something of there's an element of I've had experience with this,
Mm-hmm.
and I know exactly what to do. You should listen to me, and I think the madman part kind of gives away a little bit more of the age range of the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Is finding those clues in the script. That way you know where your character's coming from. And if y'all don't mind, I want to take this.
Yay.
You don't understand. Why don't you believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No!
All right. What did you all think of that?
Very
Excellent.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, and it didn't sound like anybody else's.
Yeah.
I like the touch. It sounded like a old scientist or something.
Yeah.
Whew. Excuse me, I'm catching my breath.
And I liked how you changed the rhythm of some of the things from the way some of the other reads have gone. With a word as opposed to them flowing together as much. The "where are you taking me" kind of thing, where you're just emphasizing them like that. That was kind of cool.
Well, little secret, I've been working on this character in my head since I first saw this piece of copy. And listening to everybody's reads, but at the same time, like we were talking about, going over the copy, finding that backstory, and finding that character that belongs in this story, or at least how I feel that character belongs in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get a sip of water. Because, well, that character's very gravelly.
Some too. I'm not usually an old lady.
Thing of it is, I mean, I am very thankful for the space I gave myself with this booth because I'm able to move around a lot. So, and before I would have been knocking into the walls. But the thing is, I'm looking at each and every word and looking at how this particular person would say this thing. It's kind of like we were discussing at the beginning. This guy and or woman has a backstory, therefore has a personality, has a way of doing and doing things, and judging from the "why are you laughing at me?" okay, I've been in this town for a very long time. And they think I'm completely crazy. They think I've gone completely off my nut bonkers. And yet I'm trying to talk sense to them, or what I think is sense. You know, because to me, all of this stuff that I'm talking about is real. It's very real. I can feel it. I can see it. I can touch it. I've experienced it. And I've got to tell them to go in the direction I'm going in, or they're going to die. You know? But then I just like, I'm picturing wizened old man, you know? And he's dealt with this stuff in the past when he was younger, when he was Michael Montez's character. So.
Oh, look at that. Same character, different timelines. Yep. This is definitely
This is you in 50 years, Michael.
But yeah, because you can pull from that,
Mhm.
you know, and thus inject yourself right into the story. And something I heard Richard Horvitz say, when you're performing, all right, don't say, this is me doing this character. I am this character. No. I am that wizened old man, and I've been around for many, many years. I've seen things that would make you shudder, things that would make you lose sleep at night, you know, and, you know, just be that. And then it's what Richard Horvitz calls using the I am. You know, credit back to Richard Horvitz. It's the I am. I am that old man, or I am that old woman, depending on the character I'm doing. So anyway, I will stop
there
with
was
that.
actually one change that I would like to hear.
Uh-huh.
When you're doing the look at me line, the way that you did it this time, it felt like you were like grabbing somebody by the cheeks, you know, and just pulling their face into yours. But
yeah,
I'd kind of like to hear you go for a speaking to a crowd feel.
Okay. Okay, one more sip of water, and then I will go at this. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Do you see they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No!
All right. And what did everybody think of that one? Did it actually, do you think he fit that like speaking to a crowd feel this time?
Yeah, he actually did.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Having said that, I still liked his second read better, or like the last one. I liked it better.
Me too.
Okay, another little secret, because you can't see what's going on in here. Like I said, I got lots of room to move. So I'm waving my hands in the air, and I'm pointing at people. As though I'm, you know, yes, you will see, and I'm just pointed both fingers at someone. In this case, the Zoom window I have open on my second monitor, but there was a person standing there just 5 minutes ago. So,
Well, you done it. Congratulations. That was the take.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Who would like to step up to the plate for the next read?
I'll take a stab.
All right.
All right.
Go for it.
All right. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me! I am the one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait! Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me! Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No! No! No!
All right. What did everybody think?
How's your setup?
I tried it from inside my booth this time, which I don't normally do since I was going to be loud and have all these blankets up.
How much room do you have to move?
Oh, not a whole lot. I can step back
Okay.
a little bit, maybe a step or two,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, there was just it kind of needed a little bit more energy.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't quite feel as much emotion coming out of it.
Okay.
But you had a good direction going there. Just need just a touch more emotion.
More emotion. Okay.
And one thing that I do want to say, and this is going to be a note to everybody who's going to attempt an accent on this, is that if unless you like are really, really committed to it, and unless it's really clear in your mind, I wouldn't suggest going with it, because it can come off as more forced and stilted than the natural sort of read that they would be looking for at this, in this. And again, how natural can you be talking about monsters at night?
Yeah.
But
Wait, you
yeah,
haven't noticed that?
it seemed like you had 3 different accents while going through that while going through the script, and like the direction for the accent wasn't necessarily as clear as you thought it might have been, or that you might have felt it was.
Yeah.
Just because it was fluctuating so much, and it really did pull down your energy at the very beginning, from what the 4 words of direction that we have up here. We're looking for that for that slightly higher energy delivery on this.
Okay.
Think wit's end. Think
Yeah.
desperation. That's kind of what we're going for.
Yeah, you don't have to go completely nuts. Like if you're going to put body language into it, if you have a small amount of space, you can still wave your hands a little bit, point in the direction of people you may be talking to. Okay.
Okay.
And just that will add that energy you're needing.
And another note, just one thing about communicating that energy. It's not always about pitch, tone, and speed necessarily when it comes to energy, because we've had mic checks where we told people to up their energy, and immediately they go to a higher register and they start speaking faster, and it's like it's not always how it works. You can stay right where you are and still have some more energy with word stress. So, for instance, the very first sentence, the 3 words there, you don't understand. All right? I can add more energy into it with just word stress. I can stress understand, and you'll see what I mean. You don't understand. Do you see what I mean? You add a little bit of word stress in the right places, and that can really, really change up the read.
Cool. Yep.
So go ahead, try it from the top. No accent this time. Just go with your normal speaking voice, and give it a bit more energy.
Okay. Get some water here real quick.
No worries.
All right. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I am the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait! Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see that they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No, no, no!
All right. What did you all think of that read?
Very good. He had a little more emotion. You know, he tacked on more energy. He took your direction.
Yeah, I really like that second read.
Yeah, it felt a lot more natural. How did you feel while delivering it?
Yeah, I felt like there was more emotion, definitely.
Did it feel a little bit more comfortable to deliver it that way?
Yeah.
Okay, because it really did come off like it came off much more naturally this time.
Yeah, and I also took Nathan's advice and moved around. Was it Nathan that said that, to move around a little more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I moved around a little bit more and did some pointing and put myself in the scene, pretend the microphone wasn't even in front of me. So that helped.
Yeah, that was perfect. My one slightly nitpicky note would be after "Do you not see the signs?" Because right there, it seems like, I mean, from what it sounds like, at least from the dialogue, they're being dragged off. So
Yeah.
I'd like to hear this as sort of like, a last desperate plea to anybody who would listen. The part of the, like, what I was imagining, at least in my head while listening to your read, is the part of the story where whoever the main focus is hears this off on the side, and they, and this is the point where they're going to follow a crazy lead to a potential, solution to their problem. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the feel that you gave off to it, and that's great. That was absolutely great.
Yeah.
So I would say go ahead, stick with that read again. Just make sure that at that last sentence is more of like, this is going to be the last time you're going to hear me probably, so I'm going to make myself known. And I would say just don't change much other than that.
Okay. All right. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait! Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they're coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, yes, you will see. And by then, it will be too late. No, no, no!
All right, opening it up. What did you all think?
I like that one. I could really feel it.
Fantastic.
I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a great read. It was a really great read. Congratulations, you've done it.
Nice job.
All right, did anybody have anything in particular they noticed that they'd like to point out? Anything Anything?
No, he actually had an improvement right there. He took direction, and he became the character. I would like to ask this question, Sean, if I may.
Sure.
What is your character's backstory?
Well, what I was going with from the first read was that my character was one of the aliens, one of the creatures himself, but he saw the good in humankind and wanted to help them, and they were just taking him as one of them and trying to attack him. So he was trying to save them.
Fantastic.
Well, it sounded good.
Well, thank you.
All right, then who is up next?
Well, I guess it'll be me.
All right.
Awesome.
Whenever you're ready, from the top.
You don't understand. Why don't you believe me? When the signs of evil are all about you. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. I'm the only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh at me like I'm a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking? Don't you see that they're coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you'll see. Yes, you'll see. Just no.
All right. Hope it
I'd say that sounded really, really good. I feel like it was a little bit acted, like it was. I don't know how to say it. Like he
Forced.
Yeah, forced. That's a good way.
Okay.
And at the end, I liked how throughout the thing he started kind of fading out. It sounded like he was going back into his hallway or into a different room almost. That was really good. But then he did kind of fade out at the end, like a little fake.
Yeah.
And he didn't give it his all. Just on that the last no, I felt like it should have been more powerful instead of just kind of fading out.
All righty.
All right, anybody else?
I did catch one thing that you completely dropped and by then it will be too late.
That's because I was too far away from my screen to read it.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the key to doing performance like this. You still want to stay on your lines.
Yeah, probably.
So
keep in mind of it. I've never even watched anime once in my life, so I have no idea what any of this stuff is about.
The big thing about this kind of mic technique is just basically pulling your head back a little bit, but not really leaving the booth.
No. Well, I've got a large booth, so I thought I could move away like that.
Yeah. Is I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, like I'm doing it right now, just pulling back from the mic or dropping down where you sound like you're as far away as you can possibly get, even though you're not.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a tiny little bit of adjustment in the way I did the tone in my voice as well. It's like, you ever see a kid mocking his mom, and so he's like, I'm just yelling like she is.
No, not really.
Go clean your room. I can't believe you said that.
And it just kind of drops off, but he's saying it under his breath almost. But it still sounds like yelling. I did it when I was a kid. Maybe it's just something I do. Anyway, no, it's just a matter of adjusting where you're at. Proximity has a lot to do with how you're going to sound, how you're going to come out. Like that moment when it's like, look at me, talking directly to somebody, So if I just leaned into their ear and said, look at me, look at me. That's all microphone proximity. Not to mention clenching my fist as though I got somebody by the shirt collar. That's how I was able to say, I am Batman. Just in the same way. So, when you're performing like that, of course, and Michael knows what I'm talking about. He's heard Nancy Wolfson say this microphone is an ear, but it's just a matter of just working your proximity and how you lean, tilt, shift, not really getting so far away that you can't read your copy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that will help.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll keep it in mind if we do one of these again next time.
Well, that's also so you won't stop and drop and smudge your lines.
Yeah.
Because there's that particular stance, and once again, I'm referring to Nancy Wolfson as to where your copy's at. And if the copy drops, you drop, and then all of a sudden you're not where you need to be, And it can really it can make or break your read, and it also can change what you're supposed to sound like, or what's supposed to be in the middle of your performance, And this is not a totally pivotal line, but at the same time it is, because you're hammering your point home in spite of the fact that they're dragging you off to God knows where. So anyway.
There you go.
I got to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
Problem. Well, I mean, if you haven't seen anime, a good substitute for it would be like action adventure movies. Those are about as those are pretty similar in tone and feel at times. Especially comic book, especially the most recent. Did I say especially? Especially the most recent comic book based movies. Those are a great sort of
yeah, you see, I like things like those Marvel things and that, like Spider-Man and that. Don't get into any of that stuff. I don't enjoy any of that stuff at all. So this is something that I would never even go out for an audition, because I'd be wasting their time on it, because it's just not something that I'm into at all. So this is not anything that I would even go for an audition for, because I'm not into this stuff at all. Never have been. It's not my thing. And just like all that stuff, like I said, Marvel and all that, those come out like Captain America or whatever. Like, never seen any of those movies. Just don't enjoy any of that stuff.
All right, no problem then. So do you want to go ahead and pass the torch?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the torch. I gave it a shot, and I knew I wouldn't probably pass muster on it, because again, it's just not my forte, not my thing.
No worries.
That is very understandable. I passed on something last night just because of that same reason.
All righty then. So, who would like to go next? Or is that everybody? I don't know. I don't have my screen.
Let's see. We have Phil and Takia.
I'll take it.
All right.
Okay. You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Oh, why do you laugh at me as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they're coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it'll be too late. No! Ouch.
All right, let's open it up. What did y'all think?
Okay. When you're working with gravel, raise the soft palate. You don't want to damage those vocal cords.
Uh,
I just, I'm just answering to that ouch at the end of that. There should never be an ouch at the end of a read. And I mean, I know like there's a lot of screaming and stuff in video games, and of course in this piece of copy there's some screaming, but adjust how how you work with your vocal cords. That way you're not going to have an ouch at the end.
okay, I'll have to...
Otherwise, that was very emotional.
Yeah, I like that.
You
I
dove
believed
into
him.
it.
Mhm.
Aside
Yeah.
from the ouch.
Nathan, can you please describe the technique you're talking about?
Okay, it's
Like
just a
how
matter
to
of,
do it?
it's kind of the equivalent of going into a yawn, but not quite yawning. Where you kind of push the soft tissue in the back of your throat down a little bit to raise your soft palate. I mean, I do it when I did into my kid characters, for the most part. I mean, half of it is natural me because I have a higher pitched voice than what you hear on here. But I trained myself to talk lower. Anyway, raising the soft palate kind of eliminates giving yourself any kind of abrasion in your
Mhm.
vocal cords.
Right.
But it enables you to be able to do gravelly voiced characters without having to damage yourself.
See, I just did that. So,
Wait, are you tilting your head or anything?
I am kind of stretching my neck out just a little bit.
Okay. Is your chin going more up?
Yeah, just a shade.
It goes a little bit up. Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing is what's happening at the back of my mouth is I'm adjusting my tongue. The back of my tongue, just
You can come up with all kinds of gravelly characters and
things like that, and it is less likely to damage your vocal cords.
That is cool.
And
I just tried doing the old lady with that.
And
Right.
the first time I started hearing about this was when I first stepped into voiceover, and I was listening, and I immersed myself in podcasts, and there was some things that I heard from Ellie Ray Hennessy, and she was teaching vocal placement, and she went through this range of different types of characters,
from the nasal stuff to the stuff where you're raising the soft palate and doing gravelly characters. No, the old man, you don't understand. Why don't you believe me?
things like that. And she was talking about raise the soft palate, and I'm like listening to that. I'm like hearing that over and over and over again. I'm like, okay, I've got to learn how this works because I like to do a lot of characters, and I don't want to ever destroy this instrument, So, yeah, and it's just a matter of that process of learning how to make that work. So, anyway, and you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Philip?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
You see, another thing that you can try in order to eliminate the vocal stress is just to bring down the energy a bit more. I mean, we've all done pretty high energy reads,
Yeah.
but you can tone it back a bit, because there are multiple times where you're going up into that all caps lock range on not all caps locked sections of the script. So it's okay to go ahead and raise up a little slower during those times. Only yell at the times where it's all caps locked.
Oh.
I need to step away for just a minute, but why don't you go ahead and give it another read, bring down the energy a touch, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
And go.
You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a madman? Wait a second. Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see they are coming? Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it'll be too late. No!
Fantastic.
It didn't hurt that time.
Yeah, and you kept your character.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep, I like that second one.
Terrific. I heard the emotion. You dialed the energy just enough, and you kept it high energy, but didn't force it out your throat as much, which meant it was coming from down in your chest, and you were just doing that character from your heart. That's the big thing right there with any piece of copy, but especially when you're performing, it's got to come from down here in your chest instead of just out your throat,
Your diaphragm.
Yeah. This is the key to it's not about your voice. For anybody who's just getting into voiceover and listening to the mic check right now, this is the key to when we say it's not about your voice. This is what we're talking about. It's all about what's coming from the heart. And you're using your diaphragm, and you're using, pretty much every muscle you have to bring out this performance. Your voice is part of it, and I mean it's the conveyance through which this is coming, but it never needs to be forced, and it shouldn't hurt. If it hurts, don't do it. Because you don't want to damage yourself. You as actors, you're capable of doing all kinds of things, but just making sure it's something you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? If it's too much, dial it back. And who knows? Those adjustments can be the very thing that will book you the job. Just tiny little adjustments. And it also keeps from damaging yourself.
Oh, did we get some more pain at the end of the read?
No, not this time. He was fantastic.
All right. Does everybody agree with that? We did a really good job?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool.
And we have Takia.
Takia, would you like to go next?
I think that Zoom needs to readjust where they put their mute button. I'm just saying. There you go.
Well, actually, I have a whole bunch of things up that was kind of hard to get to. Then
I understand that.
Yeah. Because I have Facebook, and then I have my copy in front of me up. So, yeah.
Well, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay.
You don't understand. Why do you not believe me when the signs of evil are all about you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think, who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a mad woman? Wait a sec. Wait! Where are you taking me? Don't you see? Pick up. Don't you see? They are coming. Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? when the last of the pickup when the last of pickup when the last light of the
When the last of the day's light.
when the last of the day's light has disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, yes, you will see. By then, it'll be too late. No, no, no!
Now, aside from hitting that stumble there, your emotional delivery was, I mean, that was a nice ramp up from where you started.
Okay.
You were actually passionate about what you were, where you were.
Yeah, and at the end, you sounded really frightened. It was very believable. Your no, no, no at the end.
Thanks.
So I suggest doing this again because you got this. You really do.
Okay.
It sounds like you have been practicing.
Yes, I have. And I've been reading a lot, especially in the role play that I'm in, because I just like to read that, and I kind of put the voices to the characters that my friends are playing as, and yeah.
Well then, you got this. Take it away.
Okay. Do you not understand? Don't you understand? Why don't you believe me? When the signs of evil are all about you. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the only one who can save you. The only one who knows how these creatures think. Who knows their weakness. Why do you laugh as if I were a mad woman? Wait a second. Wait! Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Don't you see that they are coming? Just answer me. Don't you see the signs? When the last pickup, when the last
May I offer a pickup suggestion? Instead of just trying to start at that sentence again, go to the previous phrase or previous sentence.
Okay.
And that can help smooth it out. And also, if you were to have to do the editing, then it's going to make for a smoother edit. So you can go back to just answer me, and then do you not see the signs, and then go into that line again. Just kind of back it up a little bit.
Okay. Just answer me. Do you not see the signs? When the last of the day's light had disappeared from the horizon, you will see. Yes, you will see. And by then, it'll be too late. No, no, no!
Great recovery on that line that tripped you up a little bit earlier. It was
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
you really you got through that one just with you got it through. I can't even
Thanks.
talk. You got through it really well.
Thanks.
Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really, really enjoy these type of scripts.
I remember you saying you like role playing, so this would be right
Yeah.
up your alley, huh?
Yeah, I want to be a character actor like Nathan and Michael. So yeah.
Wow, me, a character actor?
Well, you said you wanted to be in video games, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I'd call myself a character actor so much.
Well, I mean, it's kind of when you're doing a video game, you're kind of getting into character, so it makes sense, right?
That does make sense.
I think he's a good voice actor. I think that's why we say, oh, well, he could be a character actor because he's a good voice actor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Takia, I'm not familiar with the technique that you use where you say pickup.
It kind of like
I know what a pickup. I know what a pickup is, but were you coached or how did you learn to say pickup every time you're doing a pickup?
Well, I'm hearing the mic check a lot, so when the others fumble over a line, they would usually say pickup, and then they would carry off where they left off.
Yeah, that's
But I
something
don't
that we taught.
train or anything.
It was just something I'm not familiar with. That's why I'm asking.
Originally, Michael brought this up early on before the mic check was the mic check. Michael had learned this in a well. Go ahead, Michael. I'll let you tell her.
Well, yeah, in some private training courses that I was taking, that was one of the things that we were taught as sort of a personal technique that if we mess up, I think what it was sort of like a bridge technique, I guess you could say, preparing us to mentally go back and try the line over again and not freak out when we mess up. But we were told that anytime we might accidentally, say the wrong thing, add in a word, I don't know, whatever the mess up would be, just fumble over ourselves or whatever it may be, just to say pick up, go back to a place before that line, and then just take the line over again.
Okay. So it's probably this similar to what I learned where you use like a clicker.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a long form narration. Okay. Or I actually clap and then in my sound file I see the line.
Yeah, I've dropped into snapping my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I originally shared that just because there was one mic check where we had a lot of new people on, and whenever they messed up, it was a lot of just apologizing and beating themselves up about it. So instead of that, I told them about just say pick up, go back. We all understand that's an audio and mental cue for you and for us that okay, you messed up, time to go back and try it again.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem.
You're welcome. And this is the end of the mic check. And it has
No.
Good one. Well, hey, we'll be back next week.
Wait, what are you doing?
Know what Michael may be introducing, but we will be back.
Who knows? Not even I do right now.
Not even he does right now. What?
No, I've got some ideas brewing. Don't worry.
Awesome. Well, I know you'll let me know because, well, I get to let everybody else know.
Yes,
But
Nathan,
yes.
you'll be privy to the information first.
This has been a fantastic mic check. My impression of the president, this is fantastic. It's been huge. It's been wonderful. And everyone here is wonderful, huge, wonderful people. I love you all. You're wonderful. Anyway, this has been great. Fantastic. And hey, guys watching on YouTube, come on, join us. You know, we can hold 50 people in here. It'd make for a longer mic check, but it'll be good. Yeah. So
Plenty of room for everybody.
There's plenty of room for everybody, and there's always something for everyone. You know? Yeah, I mean, we do a wide range of things. We do lean a lot on commercial, you know, because, hey, commercial copy, that's the bread and butter for a lot of us voice actors out here. Commercials, promos, trailers, you name it. But there is something for everyone, and we are here to give you a leg up in the business and just to have some fun as voice actors. I mean, my gosh, the thing of it is, the more fun you have, the better it gets. So with that, we will see you guys next week.